Have you ever been alone in your kitchen? It's late at night. You've just finished cleaning up after dinner, when suddenly you feel a cold breath graze across your skin. You see the lights flickering, and you hear the sound of something heavy dropping in the other room. You stand there, apprehensive, attempting to rationalize what happened, and you try to brush it off as just the breeze, that the power is acting up. Or maybe, just maybe, you just had a run-in with the paranormal. For thousands of years, cultures around the world have theorized about the spectral forces that reside within our realm. From yokai in feudal Japan, jinn in ancient Arabia, to vengeful revenants in European folklore. Are ghosts real? Can they be a threat to human lives? And are ghosts racist?
Is there a spirit here? She just said young nigger.
Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia.
Find out tonight as my team and I go straight to the source and uncover the mystery that is ghosts. So yeah, Phasmophobia. That's what we're talking about today. This indie game came out back in 2020, and it has been one of the best co-op horror games to come out in recent memory. Now, I'm a fan of spooky ghost media. As a kid, I especially like shows like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Witness, and Haunted. Not to be confused with The Haunted, which also was a show about ghosts, but with animals being scared by ghosts. It's rather crazy that from the 90s to even today, ghost hunting documentaries have been a long-running genre on television and on the internet. This makes you wonder why it took so long for someone to make a game about hunting and identifying ghosts. So if it wasn't obvious, that's what you do in Phasmophobia. You're sent to a haunted location ranging from a suburban home, an old abandoned school, or even a spooky haunted asylum. Now, before each game, you start in the lobby. It's an interactable little room where you can see all the missions you can play. There's a wall where you can see the equipment you can buy, unlock, and equip for your outings. You got this side where you can see all the collectible items you get from your excursions, and a little game section you can mess around with friends and play with the grab functionality. Oh, and can't forget so after you're done fucking around, you can select your equipment, pick a contract, and go hunting for some ghosts. When you spawn on the map, you must go into the location and figure out what type of ghost haunts here. So ghosts in this game have different types, 24 to be exact. Each ghost has various clues and behaviors that will help you figure out what type they are. For example, traits may include having an increased chance to start a hunt when in the dark, getting more hostile if you talk a lot in-game, moving faster if the power is on and when near electronics. And there's even one ghost that can copy the ability of other ghosts. Something like this can easily throw off a new player if you aren't very observant. Like me. Now, you can find evidence to maybe help deduce the type of ghosts that is in the area. These are EMFs, ghost orbs, spirit box recordings, freezing temperatures, ultraviolet prints, ghost writing, and dots. So how do you figure out how to find these? Well, you gotta use the damn equipment you just brought. What you bring varies on your level and funding. You get some free equipment with every outing, and there's some extra equipment that you can purchase that will help as well. I'll quickly go over some of them and tell you how to use them. We have the dots projector, which gives off an array of green lasers you use to find the silhouettes of ghosts. You usually want to pair this with a night vision camera to see this better. An EMF reader that measures the strength of electromagnetic fields in the area. If you receive an EMF reading of 5, you can mark that down for EMF levels. You have a ghostwriting book. This is pretty self-explanatory. You throw it down and you wait and see if the ghost writes in it. You have your thermometer, which of course reads the temperature of the room. If the temperature drops fast and goes below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 degrees Celsius for my friends across the pond, if you see this, you most likely got freezing temps. You have a UV light that just lets you see the fingerprints and footprints of ghosts. You're usually able to find these on items that are able to be picked up by the ghosts, on doors, or in pathways. You have video cameras that stream a video feed to the monitors in the van. You use these to find ghost orbs that are visible on the feed in night vision mode. Spirit boxes, which is just a radio that lets you communicate with the ghosts. This device actually uses your microphone, so you can actually talk with the ghosts. And just a simple flashlight that does flashlight things. You also have more equipment, like a crucifix and incense, which helps ward off the spirits if things get a little hairy. Also, you have motion sensors, deployable parabolic microphones, picture cameras, sound sensors, and headgear, which helps you monitor locations a bit better. There's a bit more equipment, but I think I'd be here forever if I tried to explain everything. Most of the stuff in this game is pretty self-explanatory, so let's just move on. The only other items to discuss now are just some of the cursed items, like the bones, which only one spawns on each map, which you must take a picture of before taking. You have the music box, summoning circle, and the voodoo doll, which all force the ghost to either appear or interact with the world. There's the tarot cards and the monkey paw, which give random effects both positive and negative to the player, the whole team, or even the ghosts. Then you have the Ouija board, which lets you talk to the ghosts briefly at the cost of your sanity. Oh yeah, sanity. Sanity is basically your health. Well, it's just an indicator of how susceptible you are to triggering a hunt. What's a hunt? It's basically when the ghost has had enough of your shit and comes to kill you. That's right, kill you. These ghosts ain't playing around, man. So keep those lights on, bring sanity pills, and don't make the ghost piss, unless you want to end up just like one. Sanity can be monitored inside the truck. You can see your sanity and everyone else's sanity on the same monitor. Along with that, you can monitor site activity, sound monitors, a map of the location, your objective board, and a computer to look at the cameras that you placed, or see through your teammates' headgear. A good strategy is to usually keep one person in here to monitor everything while everyone else investigates things. Usually. So after you gather enough evidence, you must argue with your team or yourself, if you end up being the last one alive, to see if you can guess the right kind of ghost is haunting the location. Most of the time in the beginning, you're gonna get things wrong, especially if you don't know what you're looking for. Don't expect to be a pro-level player who can just walk in the front door, sniff the air, and immediately know what kind of ghost it is. That ain't gonna happen in the first few hours you play this game. The more you play Phasmophobia, the easier and more fun it can get as you level up your equipment and you begin to understand more of the game mechanics. Being a casual co-op game, it's really fun to hop into a few games with friends to unwind a little bit. Watching everything go wrong and seeing your friends all die while all you can do is sit in the van, it's funny. Phasmophobia offers two ways to play, a standard desktop mode and a more frightening VR mode. I still remember playing the VR mode back when the game first initially came out in 2020, and boy, let me tell you, I played one game in VR, and never again until recently. I still can't do this. I am a wuss when it comes to playing horror games, and when you put that horror right in your eyes, it's a no for me, man. Alright, so hopefully this video is out before Halloween is over. If not, I still recommend picking this game up. It's only like $14. Pretty good deal with what you get. Of course, the game's going to be updated, and there's looking to be a console version coming out sometime this year or next year. I don't know. It's been delayed twice now. We'll just have to see. Keep an eye out for that because I know there will be a jump in interest again whenever that comes out. Well, I think that's all I got for today. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I plan on making more videos like this when I can. This is just a hobby of mine for the time being, but I hope to keep doing these as I am really enjoying making these videos. It helps me stay creative and has gotten me to try out a lot of different games that I am able to talk about with others. Okay, now with all that said, drink your vintage 1989 Ecto Cooler and have a happy Halloween. Thanks for watching.